And welcome back a day late to What If Naruto had a Zanpakuto, the Sakanade edition. It's just been a busy week for me. I literally just bought a new car, got it today. So I've had a little bit of stress under my belt, and just the timings have not worked out. So some videos are just a little delayed, so that's why we're a little late. And by the way, I will probably at some point be doing that other food tries video. I know I did a poll a while back asking what you'd like to see me do again. I know you said Asian foods. I just haven't gotten around to it. But anyway, here we are, part 7. And we are coming off of the Gar rescue arc. And ultimately, I mean, nothing actually is going to happen after that arc in the sense of them going to see Orochimaru, or going to, find Orochimaru, because there was no reason to bring up Orochimaru and Sasuke because Sasuke was there, and therefore Sasori has no reason to give that information. He gave it mostly as a reward to Sakura. Furthermore, when they get back, Kakashi's actually still okay. He didn't overuse his Mangekyo here, so there's no need to put Tenzo on the team, Yamato on the team, and even more importantly, Shizune does not go behind Tsunade's back and tell the elders what she was planning to do by letting Naruto and Sakura go on that mission, particularly Naruto, on that mission for the bridge to find Orochimaru. There's no issue there. So, there's no reason for Danzo to be able to get his grimy fingers on into Team 7. I was just looking at one of my books and the bookmark came out, so I'm like, crap, where'd I end? I'll find it. It's not that big a deal. So, yeah, now Danzo has to bide his time even more on this, which means Sai's not going to be introduced immediately, if at all. And so, really, what you have here, up until really the Itachi-Sasuke debacle, if we want to call it debacle, is a little slice of life moments. No, it's Naruto, it's Sasuke, Sakura. They're walking through the village, just, finally getting a chance to really catch up. And then obviously Kiba shows up. Kiba, what the heck? And it's like, oh, hey, Kiba. It's like, wait, is that Akamaru? And so, oh, yeah, why? It's like, he's bigger than you now. So I guess I didn't notice. He used to ride on your head. Obviously, Shino and all that. Naruto, it's good to see you again. Huh? You recognize Kiba immediately. People, I joke admittedly a little bit about him gaslighting people on that, but he's not doing it. Like, Shino's clearly very self-conscious about his friendships, just due to the fact that he is kind of the weird kid because of the bugs, and he's probably seen as such, so yes, he really cherishes the people he actually deems friends. It's just what do you expect when someone hasn't seen you in 3 years and you cover yourself up from head to toe? Mind you, maybe you could have recognized his voice. Again, he's not actually gaslighting Naruto. It's more a self-esteem issue on Shino's part, but it's a little bit. It's like, out of 100%, it's maybe like 5%. Anyway, everyone, is, talking about, everything that happened, how we just got off a mission. And all of a sudden, there's a yeet, but instead, Naruto turns and sees Hinata there, blushing. Oh, Hinata! Because him and Hinata, if I remember correctly, I did actually let them go on a little date beforehand. So they've grown a little bit closer because of that, and therefore she's been able to gain a little bit of confidence in herself, at least enough to not suddenly just like disappear behind a wall. It's like, I haven't seen him in 3 years. He's so hot. That's not what she was really thinking, but. Yeah. So he's like, Naruto's like, oh, Hinata, hi. Wow, it's so good to see you. He says, wow, you grew up. And so, and now she actually is starting to like go beat. I was like, are you okay? You're looking a little red. It's like, oh, fine. Good to see you, Naruto. I think she takes everything she has not to faint here. But I could still see Naruto doing that, and Sasuke just kind of laughing a little bit at it. Meanwhile, Sakura's like, he noticed she grew up, and when I ask him if I look more womanly, it's like, towards Sasuke that points out, oh, do you really want Naruto to see you as more womanly? It's like, well, I mean, it'd just be nice to be seen. It's like, I'd just say, oh wait, which Sasuke's just easier now. What is my gaze no longer to your liking? Wait, no, that's not what I'm. No. I'm only for your eye socks. Please, you don't understand. She sees the smirk. Like, oh, you son of a. He just kind of like laughing. You little. She doesn't use her straight, but she. And now Naruto actually now gets the moment to actually see and turn around. He hears Sasuke of all people kind of laughing. That Sasuke and Sakura clearly have gotten closer over the years. And it's, as always, it's pretty evident for me at least, that as long as Sasuke doesn't have the curse mark, or he hasn't been very influenced or isn't completely self-centered or something like that, as long as he's able to stay in the village, I do fully see him and Sakura growing close enough to be dating by the time of Shippuden. I think that's actually, there's a sound logic here. Especially if Sasuke's actually been able to really keep himself and not go off the rails and turn into just a terrorist. And so everyone has a good laugh about this. Woohoo. And really, it's everyone just kind of like getting lunch. And Sakura and Sasuke are just, chilling, relaxing with Naruto. Even running the team. 9 is, no, is it 9 or 10? 10 is Ina Shikucho. Everyone gets lunch, Hinata and Naruto are sitting next to each other, and, they're laughing. She's still blushing a little bit, but they're having a good time. And, I can see it like Kampa's like, you've really gotten strong, and you've really grown up to be quite, and she even has the boldness to say, quite, and she just whispers it, quite handsome. To which Naruto actually is like, wait, did you say something? You ham? Would you say ham? Where's some? You want some ham? I don't think we have ham, but we can get pork. I was like, it's like, nothing. To which Kiba heard it and she's like, It's like, really? It's like, yeah. To which now I think it's Sakura's turn. Actually, I think she called you handsome, Naruto. So to which Naruto just saw like, goes, what? And he blushes a little bit. Like, wait, did she call? Wait, did you? And now he's a little embarrassed, like he doesn't want to like check. He's like, did you call me handsome? No, it was like, and now it's like, now they're just stirring the pot. Nino and her just be like, ooh. It's like, come on, push them together. Obviously, Naruto and Hinata will be together by the end. There's no reason they wouldn't be in this version. But with the slice of life out of the way, let's now kind of speed run through a little bit of this, because there's really no reason to linger. News of Azuma's death would still happen, and it would be a jolt to everyone. Naruto would also start his training for elemental release, I think. And because he hasn't really been accessing the Fox's chakra as of right now, the initial training would not need Yamato there. But as soon as they see that the Fox chakra starting to come out a bit, I do think Naruto calls in a favor to him and to, help suppress it. And the reason the elemental training happens is because I think him and Sasuke actually have a spar with each other. Sasuke shows off a large degree of fire, but also lightning jutsu. And it's like, Naruto, and he finally says, come on, try it, Naruto. It's like, fine, collapse, Sakanade. And Sakanade collapses. And Sasuke closes his eyes. And all of a sudden, he's fighting Naruto. Almost near effective. And Naruto's like, how are you doing that? It's like, finally, Naruto, though, decides, all right, fine. If sight isn't enough, then all of a sudden Sasuke tastes something like horrible. What the? And then Naruto just hits him, puts the sword down, and he deactivates it quickly before Sasuke throws up. It's like, what the hell? And he's just saying, Sakanade inverts the senses. It's not just sight. So I inverted your sense of taste, but I didn't have anything in my mouth. You have spit in your mouth, which, again, I brought this up, but if you ever just kind of move your tongue around your mouth, try just actually tasting the inside of your mouth. There's a mild flavor. It's such a weird sentence to say, but there's a mild flavor in your mouth, but you're so used to it that you don't actually like notice it unless you like bite the inside of your lip or something like that, or cheek, in which case you can taste blood, which usually has like a metallic taste. Or, if you got like an infected bad tooth or something like that, it's like a very strong, it's weird to say what pus tastes like, but I've had some tooth things in the past. That's kind of a weird metallic taste. But when you basically you're tasting mostly just neutrality in your mouth, you go on the opposite side of the spectrum. You're tasting just something so strong and horrible, combining with smell, and yeah, you could easily just stop someone. More on that a little later. But and so it's like Naruto still wins it. But it's like, how'd you do that? It's like over the years I've been practicing how to counteract that your Sakanade's ability over vision. I developed a technique, lightning style, Kirin's not Kirin, Indra's eye, because Indra is a god of lightning, and is it Hinduism? Hinduism, I believe. So Indra's eye. So essentially, he can see the electrical signals that someone puts out and kind of paints like a 3D map in his head just a little bit. He can basically sense electrical signals like a shark, kind of, except more vivid. But because that Naruto's like, I need to get training starting on Winjutsu. And I think ultimately he gets the Rasen Shuriken down. Wind-style Rasengan down, no problem. And I think really he only needs one clone because he can do the one-handed Rasengan. So he just needs one clone for the Rasen Shuriken, I feel. And they would come and defeat Kakuzu, and that's all well and good. But meanwhile, obviously, in these circumstances, Itachi does, send a crow out, find Sasuke, and he says, "Little brother, it's time that we end our squabbles. If you wish to seek your revenge for what I did to mother and father, then you will meet me here, and you can come alone if you dare." And so he explains what's going on, because even though he's hell-bent on revenge, he's also very much a loyal member of the Leaf and Friends, Team 7, Naruto, Sakura, all that. And I think, this is just a great image in my mind of Sasuke, who's basically a good guy. He wakes up in the middle of the night. Whoever his lover is at the time is in bed with him. He gets up, goes to the balcony, looks at the moon, the night sky, and then the crow comes. And so he explains to Hokage what's going on, and they agree to send a backup team. He goes first, they follow. Now, along the way, we can catch up with Snake. Orochimaru and Kabuto are, in his base, and Kabuto mentions, "Lord Orochimaru, we have word that Sasuke has left the village." "Excellent, Kabuto. Tell me, is that cursed nine-tailed brat with him as well?" "Our information says he's going after Itachi, but there's a team trailing behind him, most likely to give him distance. Giving distance, but wait, his backup, I see. No doubt the Akatsuki will probably be aware of this as well. Itachi would not have summoned for Sasuke otherwise. You believe he summoned him? Absolutely. He had no idea where Itachi. There was no way for them to know where Itachi was to begin with. It's clear Itachi must have summoned for Sasuke. So what will we do? Let's let them have their bout. No doubt the Akatsuki will, knowing that the Nine Tails is out and about, will try to do something to keep them at the bay. We'll let Sasuke and Itachi have their brotherly bout. When the dust clears, whoever's left standing will be mine." Now, keep in mind, we have no idea if Orochimaru knew that Itachi was sick. My guess is he didn't. First of all, we don't really know when that sickness really took place. I think it stated like shortly afterwards, but like after he left the village, he got that sickness, but it's never fully stated. I believe though he did have it when we first met him in the series. But that being said, it was in the early stages of it, so he was still, a lot more capable. And whether or not he had it when Orochimaru and him, were temporarily partnered up together, I don't know. If he did have it, he didn't show it. It was very early phases of the disease. So it's very likely that he doesn't know Itachi has an illness. So even taking Itachi's body would be terrible. It would be such a bad move because he'd be taking a sick man's body. So we would catch up to Naruto and the gang running into Obito, stalling them. Hi, everybody! It's like, sorry, I can't let you go. Itachi Senpai is busy dealing with stuff with his little brother. Family issues and all that. And so, they attack him. He's doing the Obito thing. Naruto finally just says screw it. Collapse Sakanade, to which Obito now in his head, not thinking in that voice, he thinks in his own voice, I see. So these are the effects of the Sakanade. I've heard so much about it. It is difficult indeed. Naruto just kind of rushes past, or tries to rush past, but, and he has to kind of do a Kenpachi here, where he actually has to feel the attack in order to, and so he's got to take a little bit of minor damage here. And sure enough, he's still able to smacks Naruto around, to which he makes the unfortunate statement of, I was like, yeah, that's really cool. The world's all wacky and upside down and backwards, but as long as I can feel your sword, you're not getting away. Is that right? And to which Naruto's like, is that right? And so he comes in again, and this time he tries to feel, but he feels it on like a different side. He's like, what? And Naruto just comes in with his hand, and Obito just starts to get so confused by what's going on that Naruto basically just summons a few clones, and easily the real Naruto gets past him. He's like, blast it. Well, blasted Zetsu. Zetsu, keep an eye on him, but stay out of his line of sight. If he sees you, you'll fall in these effects as well. And so honestly, this is actually a tougher fight for Obito. Sakanade is not a one-to-one counter for Obito's Kamui. Because Obito can literally just turn transparent, and it's not transparent, sorry. He'd become intangible and just stay intangible, and just everything goes through him. It doesn't matter what direction they're coming from. But it still means that if he's trying to be aware of what's coming from where, it does screw him up a bit. Meanwhile, we'd probably come in at the very tail end of the Sasuke-Itachi fight, where Sasuke has fired Kirin, and Itachi is summoned Susanoo. Sasuke does have more chakra here than he did in the original, actually probably by a nice chunk, because he spent all those years training. So he's not running on empty yet, but he isn't doing well. Like, he tries the Chidori, he tries the sword, it's just nothing. And finally, he's like, your eyes are mine, Sasuke. And all of a sudden, and he's just, what? And it's like, what, Sasuke, you? And he realizes the world's upside down. He doesn't see Sasuke anymore. Sasuke is still right in front of him. And to which he's like, you're not touching Sasuke. It's like, no. And to which Sasuke gets out of his way, just, Naruto, you really are impressive. Even after all this time, you find a way to save my little brother in a way even I couldn't. You really are something else, Naruto. And to which all of a sudden, the Susanoo's now on its last legs, and he's just looking on, like, Sasuke, forgive me. And then just dies. Just like, what? And, it's like, Sasuke and Naruto, it's like, he's dead. It's like, he couldn't have been. I barely injured him. But he's gone. No, not Sasuke, just kind of like against a stone. And instead of that laugh, it's just, he's kind of just soaking it all in. My brother's dead. It's over. And Sasuke, it's like, yes, it's a shame. I was kind of hoping to see if Itachi would have won. But I get my prize in the end. And they look on, and there's Orochimaru and Kabuto next to him. And so the Nine-Tails brat is here as well. Good. This is perfect a chance to try. This is perfect. You're Orochimaru. You knew. We have eyes and ears all over the place. I'm always keeping track of my future prospects. And Sasuke, you are such a good prospect. Naruto again activates Sakanade and puts them both under it. That's right, Naruto. That's right. That's the ability of that sword. So difficult to deal with. But he just closes his eyes. 3 years is not if you think you're the only one who's improved in 3 years. And Kabuto makes a hand sign as he closes his eyes too. I'm afraid you're sorely mistaken. Ninja art, blind man's eyes, blind sight. And then basically, he's like, what? It's like, what did he do? And boom, all of a sudden, 3D map. Naruto speaks sound waves. Essentially, he gave himself Daredevil radar sense. And him and Orochimaru start fighting as Kabuto tries to go after Sasuke. So I was like, I was like, you're tired, Sasuke. Maybe if you were fresh, you'd be able to take me. But unfortunately, it's not going to work. And to which Naruto's just like, I got it. It's like, I see. You're wondering what's going on. So long as there's sound, exists, I can set a 3D map of the world inside my head. Since I'm not seeing anything with my eyes. Your sword is completely useless. As he starts to one-up Naruto, because straight out, in a straight fight, Naruto hand-to-hand and sword-to-sword, this version of Naruto really hasn't had to work on his swordsman. I mean, he's a good swordsman. He's not, like, bad or anything. But he's not a master swordsman, because his sword abilities his sword's ability is just, confuse the world. He usually can just go in for the kill. Just Naruto, just makes a couple clones, they get popped, and it's like, your powers are useless against me now, Naruto. As long as thy eyes are closed, the world is mine. It's like, to which Naruto, and I can see this kind of being like how Zabuza described the vital spots. It's like sight, sight. Indeed, Naruto. Touch. To which all of a sudden a fireball comes in, and Kabuto and Orochimaru suddenly feels cold instead of hot, and the heat. And it's like everything, the sense of touch has been inverted. It's like, what? It's like, what? No, that fireball was not an ice type juice. It wasn't even cold. It was burning hot. What is it? It's a touch. Smell. All of a sudden, like, they get the smell. Everything is inverted now. It's like something like really strong. It's like, what is going on here? It's like taste. You made one mistake, Orochimaru. You assumed I controlled just sight. My Sakanade inverts all 5 senses. I've had to work hard on doing this, and all of a sudden, including or whatever, is all of a sudden everything is now just distorted. And so right now Orochimaru is just nauseous, and the comments, Lord Orochimaru, it's like, I can't everything, even his words are backwards. That blasted. All of a sudden he feels Naruto behind him. He's able to barely somehow manage to dodge a Rasengan, because he does still have the 3D map in his head, as long as he keeps his eyes closed. But he misses. He does get chopped in the back, as does Kabuto, by Naruto, just discombobulation jutsu. And all of a sudden they're down just, they're basically now just so screwed at the moment. And finally being hit by that, and then Naruto just Rasengan Chidori, and then they basically just come in and the result of this is Kabuto is dead. I think Kabuto now, because Kabuto got hit with this once before, and it was completely done. Because now not only do you have to deal with the fact that everything is backwards, including front, forward, all that, but now you also got to re-deal with the fact that all your body isn't moving correctly at all. And then you got to do the way he did it again, adjusting how he did it, which was insane, by the way. So, and Orochimaru barely was able to get out of this. Just has like, he's missing an arm. Does this shedding skin technique, but now his eyes are open and everything's inverted again. Just yell back, and just finally morphs down to the ground. And unfortunately, that's a problem for Orochimaru, because Orochimaru doesn't actually have full access to his arms, because the soul of his arms are stuck in the Shinigami's stomach. Which is why, if you notice, with the exception of when he summoned the Shinigami with the mask of the Uzumaki Shrine, which I think at that point Kishimoto just said, yeah, no, we're just going to let him use a hand sign. He doesn't actually do hand signs throughout all the Shippuden. If you actually notice that, excuse me, any technique he's using, the sword, elongating his neck, growing out, regenerating, snakes, all that, even the Rashomon, he's not doing hand signs, which actually also shows you just the level of skill Orochimaru's at, that he can just do sealess jutsus like that. That is the peak of performance right there, where you don't even need hand signs to do the technique. So he basically has to go lick his wounds again for the umpteenth time. Except now he's so freaking ass backwards of having to get to his hideout because he's stuck under Sakanade's abilities. Mind you, though, I think, though, especially with Obito, I think we can say that if you get far away enough from Naruto, the effect wears off. We don't know for certain if Sakanade has a range where once you're out of the range, it deactivates. But it would make some sense because the Bankai does have a range to it. It does have a distance you need to be away from it in order to use it safely. People need to be away. That you need to be away from other people. That you don't want to be caught in the effects. So ultimately, the day is saved. They finally make it to Sasuke and Naruto, the teams, and they see Itachi's body, they take his body back. Eventually, the whole a stone tablet thing, the idea that his Mangekyo activates. And I think, though, Kakashi is the one telling him that, Itachi was going blind. And I think you know that, don't you? It's like because I do believe the Mangekyo is known. It is known. Now, the Eternal, again, how it ever got stated is up for debate. I think eventually he figures out, I need to put his eyes in my head, otherwise I'm going to go blind too. News of Jiraiya dying would come to fruition, and Naruto, would be moping. Everyone tries to console him until Iruka comes and gives him the popsicle. And he goes to train with the Choji, learns Sage Mode, how to throw the Rasen Shuriken. And really, I think we're going to end it there right before the invasion of Pain. And, oh man, Pain? Because every one of those freaking paths are connected in terms of senses. At least in terms of sight. Every one of them sees what the other sees. Holy crap. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Like the level, because we've actually seen how that works in the manga. They show it's kind of like Nagato is viewing his panels in his mind, more or less. But every single one of them inverted is, oh god, Sakanade is the worst one of the worst Zanpakutos for all 6 paths of Pain to go up against. Holy crap, I didn't even think about that till just now. So that's going to be fun. Do I think, here's a good question, do I think we'll end this next time? Yes, actually, now that I think about it, we are probably going to be ending this What If next week. And then that'll move us into, I believe the next one is the Devil Fruit one, which is the Goro no Mi, which that'll be interesting. Screw it. We're going to give them all the broken stuff first, and then we'll go into the weird esoteric stuff later. Why not? There's enough Devil Fruit I could just continue to do that for the rest of my life. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.